Lucinda ran after her 3-year-old daughter Charlotte for Ravenscroft Manor, and Charlotte laughed excitedly. "You can't catch me, Mama!" Charlotte giggled, running ahead on her tiny legs. "I'll catch you, you little rascal!" Lucinda laughed, but she suddenly stopped when she felt a sharp pain in her chest. She placed her hand on her chest and leaned against the wall, gasping in pain. Charlotte stopped and turned to look at her mother. She walked toward her, worried. "Mama?" she asked softly. Lucinda stumbled forward and fell to the floor in pain. "Not now," she thought. "Not now." "Mama?" Charlotte asked again, her voice trembling, but Lucinda had already fallen, nearly unconscious. "Mama!" Tears streamed down Charlotte's cheeks. "Anthony!" she cried. "Mama needs help!" Anthony rushed into the room and knelt by his mother. "Mama!" he asked anxiously. "Mama, what's wrong?" Lucinda groaned in pain. "Anthony," she murmured weakly. "My heart. I can't anymore." Anthony helped her up and supported her as they made their way to her bedroom. He struggled to keep her upright as they climbed the stairs. He carefully opened the door to his parents' bedroom and helped his mother lie down on the bed. Lucinda breathed heavily, feeling as her heart might burst at any moment. And she knew there was no way out of here for her now. All the years under Theodore's control had made her weak. Her soul and her heart could no longer endure the suffering he had caused her. Anthony placed a hand on his mother's feverish forehead and sobbed quietly. "Mom, what can I do?" he asked, his voice trembling with worry. Lucinda breathed heavily. "Let me rest, Anthony," she said weakly. "If you could just bring me the paper and pen on my desk over there, and fetch me some water." Anthony nodded and left the bedroom to get a glass of water. When he returned, he saw his mother struggling to write on the paper. "Mother, here's the water," he said softly. Lucinda smiled at her son. "Thank you, my son," she said weakly. "Lucinda!" Theodore's commanding voice echoed from the hallway below. Anthony swallowed hard. His father was home. His mother grabbed his hand. "Stay away, Anthony," she said, weakly. "Don't make things worse. Go to your room." Anthony felt a chill run down his spine at the sound of his father's voice, but he knew he had no choice but to obey his mother. At the same time, he didn't want to leave her alone in this state. He looked at her with tear-filled eyes and nodded slowly. "I'll come back soon, Mother," he said, squeezing her hand one last time before leaving the bedroom. As he opened the door, he heard his father's heavy footsteps approaching. Anthony hurried to his own room and closed the door behind him. He sat on his bed, his heart pounding in his chest. Theodore entered his and Lucinda's bedroom, approaching her with determined steps, looking down at her. Gently, he stroked her feverish forehead, and Lucinda shuddered. He smiled faintly at her. "Everything will be okay, my dear," he whispered. "You'll be fine. You'll always be my only one, my only love. I love you, my angel." Lucinda sobbed, and Theodore kissed her deeply on the lips. She coughed painfully, clutching the paper with the letter to Theodore tightly in her hand, and she closed her eyes, tears streaming down her cheeks. The angels were calling her home. She could finally hear them. She heard Theodore slam the door behind him as he left the bedroom. Lucinda exhaled a shaky breath and then took another deep breath. She coughed and leaned her head back against the pillow. She sobbed and sighed deeply.